odds market.
I'm Dave Best.
Fashion. This is Theo Goodman.
All the tools to be among that few that win.
I'm Stuart from Tipster HQ.
My name's Jay Baglia.
Hey guys, Javier.
Some call it gambling.
Here to bring you the best political betting tips.
It's the booming industry of professional gaming.
Odds Market, Sports Bet Daily.
Bankroll management over at Odds Market. Watch us.
We're now going to move over to the Grand National taking place on Saturday. Easily the best horse race of the calendar year. And interestingly, both of these two fine young tipsters cover the Grand National as well. So what a surprise. And first question is, now I've been speaking with Martin Green quite a little bit on this one because we're talking about content for Odds Market, which Martin writes. So if you want to go and check out some odds and some news on Grand National, please go check that out, oddsmarket.com. Now, Martin, would you say, obviously, this is one of the things we were talking about, is backing a winner is very hard because like the question is can Tiger Roll become the first since Red Rum in 1974 to win back-to-back Grand Nationals? So really, it must be quite tough backing the winner here.
It certainly is. You have 40 runners that line up. They have to go 4 miles, 514 yards, 2 circuits of the Aintree course. There's 30 fences. They're so torrid, these fences, that they've got names like Beecher's Brook, Canal Turn, The Chair. And your horse can be running a perfectly good race, and then some loose horse can just wipe it out on the 25th fence, and all your plans are just completely ripped to shreds. So the absolute chaotic nature of the race makes it really hard to pick a winner and to justify betting on the favourite, really, because anything can happen. Obviously, Red Rum was a legendary horse, won it 2 years on the bounce, then finished second twice in a row, then won it for a 3rd year after that. And we've never seen the likes of Red Rum since. I would say that Tiger Roll deserves to have a bit of hype around him after successfully defending the cross-country chase at Cheltenham last month. But having said that, he is a very small horse. He's shown that he can handle the course and the trip. He hasn't been given too much extra weight this time. He's in the sweet spot weight-wise. But I just think there are so many variables that you've got to factor in. We've seen far more convincing winners that have failed to defend their crown. And he only just about sneaked victory last year. So I can see someone taking him this time around. I think most people prefer to approach this by picking a few longer shots, going each way, so that even if your first or second choices fall over early on, you've still got an interest heading into the latter stages of the race. So I probably advise people to look a bit further down the card, look for some each way value. I mean, a lot of people just choose horses whose names they like. It does actually get that silly on Grand National Day. You get all sorts of people that never bet on horse racing ever coming into betting shops. I worked for years in betting shops, and it was just like chaos on those days. But it's a really good occasion. I think people really enjoy betting on it, but hardcore professional punters would probably steer well clear of this race. I would advise just looking far down, finding a few that look interesting, that have proved they've got the stamina and that they can handle the trip, and going low each way on a few of them.
Yeah. Obviously, 600 million people watch the race worldwide. Why? What makes it so popular, Flash?
By the way, that was just a great analogy there from Martin on exactly what the race entails. But it's because people who don't bet all year round, everyone, if you've got a nan or granddad and everyone else, they all bet on the Grand National. It's the one sporting occasion that brings everybody together, and they have sweepstakes at work. Every single workplace near enough, they'll all have their pounds in, and they all pick a horse, and they've got something to cheer on. And as Martin says, it's all about the name of the jockey. But in recent times, since they've made the fences easier because of obviously fatalities and things like that, they've landed a few big gambles in this race. Now, there's a couple of things you have got to be wary of, and Martin hit the nail right on the head. You can have a horse. I've watched the last 2 races twice today, so 2017, 2018, and just to see who was travelling and what the ground conditions were like. And last year, and this is another bet that people can have, it's only a fun one, it's how many finishers there will be. There was 40 started last year, and with 4 or 5 fences to go, there was still 20, a minimum of 20, going nicely. 12 finished. 12. Now, they were quite wary this year, is because a lot of these National 1 horses, good ground is a soft side of good for these animals. That's as fast as they want it. And at the moment, we've not had a lot of rain, and they're hoping to water. So I'm fearful they must water for the safety aspect, because obviously otherwise it really is going to be a lottery, because so many horses will crumble or they might stumble when they land. And there's a few horses I quite like. There's 3 horses I'm happy to put up this year after knowing what their position and how they run. They run a bit wider, and they run about 10 to 15 places off of the front. I find it very hard to come from the back, and you don't really want to be out in front, because 4.5 mile, it's like 36 fences. But I think the class horse in the race, and would be favourite if it wasn't for Tiger Roll. And remember, Tiger Roll has won a Fox Hunters. It's won over the Hunter Chases, and it's won a hurdle race. And normally, apart from Red Rum, you don't normally get a horse come back in the Grand National. Normally they win the Grand National, you don't see them again. This one seems to have gone, and everyone loves it. But I think Annabelle Fly, I think he came 3rd last year. Did he got caught in the running? I think that they'll play stalking tactics this year, and I think you can get around 14 to 1. So a lot of the bookies, and look at your bookies, because a lot of them are doing 6 places. Now, the race could be over, and you could wait maybe 50 lengths, and 4th, 5th, and 6th are still be coming. So you're going to get value for your money anyway. And the other one that I know has been trained for this, and I spoke to a few people, and they said Vintage Clouds. It's an out-and-out stayer, and it's had a wind operation this year. And again, that's 14 to 1. A real jumper, a real stayer. So I'm happy to put that one up. And the other one was Warriors Tau. And there's a few reasons I've gone for this. Is last year, if you have a look, I think it was 4 or 5 out, and you asked me to pause it and show you the winner, I would have gone for Warriors Tau. Now, it's 66 to 1 in, I think, 1 or 2 places, but it's 33 to 1 in other places. And so why would you not have your little £1 each way on Warriors Tau, when I think that it got done last year because it was a little bit too tacky for it. If it's the quicker ground or the soft side of good, then I think that Warriors Tau might just give you a run for your money at 66 to 1.
Yeah, and some good prices. Well, you made some good points. Now, obviously, most people know you through football, but you are actually an avid horseman, which people may not know. When did you get into horses? And just give us a quick background of your horses.
Probably the Grand National, funnily enough. I'm just looking around. I've got a signed Aldeniti picture just up there, and I've got that's Lamtara. He won the Derby, and I've got West Tip, which was my first ever bet, which was 50 pence each way, 8 to 1. It won, and I think that was in 1982. I think it was. I think Aldeniti was the Bob Champion one. When so again, it was just through. But I'm a flat man. I'm a flat rather than. I like the pedigree, and I like the pace and the tactics in a race.
And do you have a horse at the moment? Because a while ago you had one, and didn't she get sent to the States or something when we
sold her to the States. Yeah, we've just got another one. He's a colt, and he'll be ready to run in about 4 or 5 weeks. Hopefully he wins, and the target will be Royal Ascot.
Cool. Did you know that, Martin?
No, I knew Flash was into the scene. I didn't know that you were owning all these horses. Yeah, I mean it's a sort of a quirk of UK and Ireland, really, having national hunt racing. The rest of the world is only really into flat, and the season's about to begin. So lots of exciting times ahead for you.
Yeah, it is exciting. And actually, sometimes when we film, you are at the stables, aren't you? Like when you're in the different,
Yeah,
you're
well,
in a different.
basically,
That is where
I'm-
Flash is.
yeah.
He's with his horse.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm starting like as a racing manager to look after syndicates and people that want to come in, so that the trainer gets on with what he wants to do. And if someone else wants to know and ring up and come and see the horses, then I'll show them round, and it's just great. I'm going back up there on Friday afternoon because it's main work day on Saturday morning.
Cool. Cool. All right. So we've heard from Flash. We've got Annabelle Fly, Vintage Clouds, and Warriors Town. What do you like, What do you like, Martin? Is there what gets a couple of your pounds?
That's Warrior's Tale. Yeah, I agree. He was looking good last year. Just quickly on a point that Flash made, which I think is really important to emphasise. You want to be going each way on these long odds runners, because anything over 5 to 1, you're going to get you're going to be in profit if they place. Now, an each way bet means you get half your stake on the win and half your stake on the place. And Ladbrokes, William Hill, Paddy Power, Betfair, and Bet Victor will all pay out on the first 6 for each way odds, which is really good. In a normal horse race, I know there are a lot fewer runners, but you normally will only see paying out on the top 3. So I would look at those bookmakers, or go over to Bet365. They only play out on the top 5, but you get a quarter of the odds on the place rather than a fifth of the odds. So I think those are your 2 good options there. Yeah, just looking a little bit further down the list, I think Annabelle Fly would be a popular winner. Obviously, shown that can handle the trip. Finished 4th, I think, last year. Very versatile horse, 2nd in the Gold Cup. So I think at the shorter odds, that might be an interesting one. We've obviously got One for Arthur, is a bit of a market mover today. Previous winner who's also in the mix, but I think it might be a bit much for him. Ballyoptic is always an interesting horse. Sometimes you do get these ones that are different prices. He's 33 to 1 with a lot of bookmakers, but out at 50 to 1, William Hill and Sky Bet. Might take a look at that. Apart from that, yeah, I'm just going to have to look at it a bit further. Maybe Bless the Wings at 100 to 1. I think just looking for horses that have got proven stamina that you think are going to get round. But yeah, Annabelle Fly looks good to me. Again, I just think Tiger Roll odds are a bit too short to justify it, really.
Yeah, I know. It'd be kind of cool if he did repeat there, but no, I like the sound of those ones. I am convinced. Interesting stuff. I can't wait. That's going to be an exciting race on Saturday. All right, Flash, Martin, thank you so much for joining me for the hour. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm excited to go and play some of those lower league bets, actually. Sounds lots of fun. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Obviously, big thank you, Martin and Flash, and we'll see you guys soon.